All right, so we're just gonna do a thing. It's me and Sidra talking. Me and Sidra. Late night, super late night as usual. So Sidra was talking to me about a Medium post and something that she had realized or re-realized. So I just let her start talking.
Um, I can't remember who the author is, but I think the post was called "Do Black Men Hate Black Women?" And it was a short post, and when I was reading it, it dawned on me that what he was talking about is something that I had seen but not put the pieces together. And I think it's going to be contrary to Sedrik's past experience, but his past experience was with dumbasses. So, when it comes to black men liking black women, there's always a tendency towards them, in general, not saying every black man, but in general, liking lighter skinned females. Like Beyonce and lighter. Um, Not really leaning towards anyone that's like Lupita Nyong'o's complexion. Beautiful dark skinned woman. But typically it's not what you find. But with black women, they love a dark skinned man. It's kind of like across the board when it comes to black men, is they don't have a preference towards light or dark or in the middle. It's just whatever the complexion, basically as long as they don't look like Flavor Flav.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a rough looking brother. Um, but when I thought about that, I was like, that seems to be the case. I mean, and I don't really have much more to say. It was just once I read it, it just kind of clicked in my mind.
I don't know. For me, growing up, when it was always, how can I say this? Guys respected dark skinned girls, but they didn't have any respect for the lighter skinned girls, but they lusted for them the most. And if you were considered red boned, you were like right there perfect. If you were high yellow, it was, how can I say this? If you got with a high yellow girl, it was you as a black man wanting to be with a white woman but trying to stay within your own race. That's how they spoke about it. And if you got with the dark skinned girl, then it was like, right on, that's how that's supposed to be. That's what's up. We just think you made a stupid ass choice.
Not making damn sense.
That's what I grew up around. And the only thing that trumps skin color, the only thing that just said, look, we don't care what shade you are, was a big ass. That was it. A large ass. It's like, look, I don't even care how light or dark she is. She's like, people be like, I will marry her just point blank right now. And that transitioned from a large ass to large thighs, large ass, and not skinny in the middle, but you got some meat on you. Basically a thick girl. Well-rounded, thick. Black dudes won't care about breast size. This didn't even really register. Didn't not too much. If hips, ass, thighs, and then hopefully her face is alright. And it's like, look, she looks like jacked up in her face, but I don't even care. Look at that. Lust controlled a lot. But not just that. It was who's like and it was never the like, okay, Janet Jackson, she was still hot. Mary J. Blige, she was like hot. I'm talking about like, this is back when I was a kid, like still in that breaking out area. Queen Latifah and things like that. They never, while guys was like, oh, they hot, or they look good, that's not who they cared about. They cared about what later we would be told were called video hoes. Just the girls, the background dancers. That's what they looked at. Because while Mary J, she would, she had her own thickness going, yeah. It's just that there were thicker girls behind her, usually, in her live performances or some of her videos. So guys was like, look, Mary J is, she look all right, but I want a girl like that background girl right there, and they would focus on that. They watched the video just to point her out. And because of that, where I was, people, that got video sold lots of ratings.
But in my recollection, the chicks that were considered video hoes, yeah, they were thick, but they were light.
They were. No, I'm not even gonna deny that. They were light. Very few, and look, it's not even the guys picking it per se. Us, like just the watchers. Mm-hmm. We don't pick them. No, that would be the choreographer and who else is on the crew that's picking them. That's picking these girls. They're picking it. But now when it came to rap videos, Dre, 2 Live Crew, Snoop Dogg and them. Now they would choose some dark skinned girls or random fair brown skinned girls. And then you'd always see, and they did this all the time. You see a dark skinned girl, she's there in the background. They make sure you get an ass shot. Then you see the fair brown girl kind of always up near, the artist. And then they would sprinkle in the token light-skinned girl, and they would make sure you saw her from head to toe, sometimes a close-up pan or something. They highlighted the light girl like crazy. And it's like, do black men hate black women? No. I would say black men have been trained to dislike the darker skinned girls. Trained. And all of this, your time, my time in school, the whole cliche, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yeah, but they just said it.
That's it. They just said it. And I remember asking my friend, I said, if it's the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, why you keep going after these light-skinned girls? I don't know, man. I just, man, they just look good, man. I'm like, man, I just stop. I'm like, you don't have a reason. It's like, man, they thick, man. I'm like, a lot of black girls are thick. There's a lot of white girls that are thick out there looking at them. And honestly, look, straight up, and I know this probably is going further than it needs to, but truth be told, everybody, the only reason black guys don't go for dark-skinned girls is because on TV, it's just their brains are inundated with white girls. That's the accepted complexion. You get any Asian girl on TV that's supposed to be like the dream girl, she's light. But if she's supposed to be the bad guy, they choose a dark Asian. They always did that. Same with Latinas. The lighter one is always the hero or the supporting lead or something like that. But then if she's going to be the one that you need to shrug off, or she's the girl that could get you in trouble and stuff like that, she's always on the darker side. It's always like that. And so when you see that, and especially the porn, yeah, like straight up, I don't care if it's back in the day when the TV's all scrambled with the colors, you just hoping to see something. It's always white people. It's always. So you see that, you watch that. You got Playboy and other stuff. They don't highlight black girls. They highlighted white girls. So everything is just white, white, white. So when you want someone, you're like, okay, I want this girl, but she's too dark. And I would hear that from time to time. She's too dark. And I'm like, what's that got to do with anything? And they could never really say why. They would never say why. They would just say, cuz man, she's just too dark. And I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me you want to find a girl that's the one? She might be the one, but she's too dark. And you don't know why that's a bad thing. I didn't know why that was a bad thing. I simply thought it was a stupid thing. And people go with someone that's really dark skinned, they would get picked on. And it was at the time like that. I got to see and go through the phases of girls being attracted to boys only if they were light skinned. Only if. But there was a lot of hate if you saw two light skinned people together. There was a lot of hate for that. Because it was like, y'all don't want to be with any white people, but you sure as shit don't want to be with any dark skinned black people or any black people in general.
That's a bunch of dumbass shit.
That's what I grew up around. So I'm triple tone black. I got the dark fair brown and goes into the dark, and then you got like the darkest elbows, face, neck. They could not stand me. They did not like me. Only one time did someone grab me by my forearm and turn it over and was like, so you trying, but you ain't making it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what you're talking about. It took me months to figure out what the hell he was talking about.
Once again, I must say that everybody you went to school with and who taught you were dumbasses.
I had to learn because, look, I was unpopular. I was hated. People tried to fight me, and I didn't even know who the hell they were. But because of that, that gave me a fortune that I do appreciate today, because I wasn't popular, so I won't drown in it. I was pushed to the outside, so I got to see what was going on, where I could formulate that stuff later. I got lucky with that, opposed to people who, you know, I ain't gonna lie. This is probably when, because I left as you started to go to that same school. Where was it? And it was always some dark skinned dude. Always dark skinned dude with the jacked up, raggedy hair, sucking on a pacifier, dressed like a straight up bum. Even a homeless bum would look and say, dude, where's your respect? Where's your self-respect? Because they all look like crap. But these girls of various colors would be like, I want that. I need that. Now, white girls, no. But later, they try to co-opt that. But that was after probably 1998 when white girls started saying, oh, we want to get with that. But then slowly that was fading out. It's like, okay, we're going to be presentable, but we're going to just sag our shit. And I'm like, see, that just, you know, like, well, you sagging, you're just advertising your booty to me, because in here, booty, that's more important than water. And I'll approach you, and I tell you like this, I like you, and I want you. And we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. It sucks he's dead now, because I think they could have used him in real life, and it would have been funny. But yeah, you're advertising your booty. And that's what he said. They come in sagging, you're advertising your booty. Now, I got to be honest with you, it's a bias. Because girls sagging, I didn't mind, because I like seeing girls' ass. I never minded. I just thought it was stupid.
I never saw girls sagging.
You never did?
No.
Oh, man. It was like, honestly, girls were sagging before the boys were.
That don't make any sense.
They were. So girls were sagging, and they never did it properly. They try to do it like the girls up in New York.
What is proper way to wear your pants off your ass?
All right. If you're a girl with some meat on your ass, and it ain't hanging low like a teardrop or a depressed onion, all right, and you got some volume at the top, those are ones that could actually pull it off. When they sag, it would be above the thigh, so the belt was tightened around the thigh, all right, the upper quad, and they have the back of it would be like halfway down their ass or just below the top of it. So you're only seeing maybe 1 or 2 inches of the top of the ass crack, and that's it. And the majority of the time, that's covered anyway because of their shirt. So if girls wanted to sag, they had to wear like the crop top or the sports bra or a short, what is it, 2/4, 3/4 jacket or something, with the long sleeves. It came down just maybe 2 or 3 inches below I guess the tail of the breast or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But that was the only way they could pull it off, because they wear shirts or a coat or something. It's like, okay, you just got on some damn pants. So summertime is when you got to see it. And when you see girls that either have a flat ass, somewhat of a booty, or it's too low, it always looked terrible. And it never looked arousing, enticing, or anything. If a guy sees a girl's ass with clothes on, he's already like, yeah. So if he sees a girl's ass naked, he's like, oh yeah. But then when they sagging and it looks like that bad, it's like, well, you know what? I can just go inside and watch some TV. That's how it was. It was terrible. They looked bad. But yet the girls that did it right, the ones up there in New York, they would sag, belt strap hanging off a little bit down the thigh because they had that excess belt because the pants are lower. Wearing a crop top with a jacket over it, because that was important. Put the hat on, to the side, backwards, bent up, not straight. The bib being straight, no. All right, that was just, back then, that was just a crime of nature. If your hat ain't broken, then you don't need to take it outside. And then blinged up some earrings, necklace, stuff like that. Shoes, and the pants would be sagging, so it bunches up around the ankles. Therefore, it gives her that extra hood street look, what they was going for.
Oh, that shit sounds dumb as hell.
It sounds dumb. You see it and you're like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I wouldn't do it. But the thing is, girls took it to the next level, which was tacky. No guy even sag this tacky.
What's the next level? Around your knees?
No. What girls didn't shave their pubic hair. So they would sag the pants in front, pull it up in the back. All right.
How the hell do you do that?
Because you wear clothes that are slightly too damn big. So
significantly too damn big.
It ain't significant. You can see that they got them pulled up. Not at the waistline, no, just around the top of the ass, just enough. And the front of it is just loose enough. And it hangs, and they pull it down just at the pelvic area. So you can see, the pelvis, basically like the bikinis that cover up the labia only. They tried to get it to that area. So their belt would either hang just at the where the labia would be, or the pants would hang below the ass, around the top of the thigh in the same area, and their panties jacked up around the waist. It was grotesquely stupid looking. And no girl could pull it off well. No, one girl did. One girl did. And it wasn't a celebrity. It won't. It was just this girl in the crowd on some MTV thing. She had the pants on. They were just denim pants. Just straight dark denim. She had it around the thighs. But the panties she had on, now she shaved her shit. All right. Girls got on, and they started shaving their shit more. But she had on thick panties. They weren't G-string. No, they covered. They weren't like boy shorts. No, it was kind of like that. I can't even describe how it is. It almost like, I guess, a lingerie-ish like style. of how it looked in front, but it won't see through or nothing. It was really thick, it was dense, and it looked like it was almost like part of the damn pants. They were almost the same color. She had on the long-ish shirt that came just above the navel, predominantly covered up. You know, the shirt hung down in the back a little bit. She did all right. The V collar, the V of it, was up at her neck. So you could tell that was on purpose. Thinking back on it anyway. And she didn't dress completely hood. That was pretty much it. And it's like, look at my panties, but it almost like it was part of the pants. And you couldn't tell which was which. And then that caught on, and then slowly introduces the lowrider. There you go. That's how that started. Lowrider just above the butt crack. When you see, like, who was it? Trish Stratus was the one that started that in WWE. Well, WWF. She wore the lowriders, and I'm like, you can just see a little bit of the crack of her ass, because, you know, look, just keeping it real, people, white girls just ain't got much butt at all, and it's really low. It's like the back is so long, it's like a snake. I'm just being honest. And Trish Stratus had to keep pulling hers up the whole match. She did that for weeks. Had to keep pulling them up. And yep, black girls that would try to wear lowriders realize they are not made for black girls.
No pants, all right.
Lowriders came up like sagging. For black girls with ass, they looked like they were sagging.
No pants are made for black girls. Yeah, all that sounds a bit abysmal.
Yeah, that was my school life. That's how that was, and that's what I grew up looking at on TV and whatnot. Everything that was done in New York came down here. And in New York, it was always the lighter girls that were Puerto Ricans. We thought every Puerto Rican girl came from New York. That's it. Honestly, I shit you not. I never heard of the country of Puerto Rico. Never heard of it until I think it was 11th grade. 11th grade. Somebody mentioned it. You ain't having no damn maps. You look in your in any history book, any geography book. Let's see, civics, U.S. history. Nope. Look, seriously. If it's not Russia, China, Germany, Mexico, United States, it didn't exist.
They existed by the time
Europe.
I came along.
They existed by the time. Yes. Yes. You know, so yeah, that's just, you know, how styles were. I don't know when dudes stopped sucking on the pacifiers. I was done looking at anything school related. I was done. But the pacifier thing was dumb.
Yeah, it was.
And that was all at the same time coming up with the term, and I'm going to the crib. Everything, you know, big baby. Baby. Yeah. It was all surrounding that shit. It's crazy.
I didn't look at folks. I went to class.
I didn't look at folks, and I didn't want to go to class, but I went to class. Because I knew it was going to fail me out anyway. It didn't matter. You know. Yeah, it's amazing you can fail your classes while making straight A's. And you get to class on time. And you're like, how the fuck? Yeah. Dirty South. They call it Dirty South for a reason.
Bullshit. It's going to go into a whole different discussion.
Yep. That's why I got quiet. I'm not, you know, but, you know, it's, like I said, you know, like I've already gone over, just to wrap it up, you know, the only reason why people wanted, well, at least black guys and stuff wanted the light-skinned girls is because It's what they saw on TV. Not the light-skinned girls so much, but you see white people in movies, magazines, superhero shows, the magazines, comic books, your politicians, anyone that's famous, anyone that's worth a damn, they're white. So you don't want to leave your black sisters, but you don't want to get with a dark-skinned black sister, because that just looks tacky. That's what you're trained at, and it sucks. And you have to unlearn. You have to just, for me, it got to the point I just didn't give a damn. I'm like, look, so long as she gonna be committed, loyal, monogamous, and she's intelligent, I don't give a shit that too much what she looked like. That's where I got. I was like, fuck this. I won't even pick you in the beginning. I just, like any other dumbass kid, didn't want to be that guy to get picked on and laughed at. And when you have a low reputation, you damn sure don't want to get any lower. I'm like, they just would roll up and stab me one day, so I gotta watch out. Especially when somebody's got a knife and it's like they looking at you, and I'm like, oh shit, gotta watch out. You don't want to get stabbed.
Yeah.
But luckily I grew up in the time where they didn't have to, they didn't bring guns to school. I mean, there were school shootings, I guess, somewhere else, but they won't around here. Not in the Bible Belt. But it got here. And even they, those famous murderers and the famous people that talk, they're light skinned. They are, because they white. I don't know if y'all know this, but white people are just black people. They're just albino and just bred more albino. A lot. Do a little research. You'd be like, shit. We all black to some degree. I'm not black. I heard that shit in 2 movies. That was funny. Okay. Like, you fucked the slave and got pregnant. I was like, no worry, you and your husband in the same boat. Just, he's a guy, he's got more power. y'all marriage are really solidified, because y'all fucked the two that are actually together. Y'all might as well just shack up in one room and just keep it a secret. All 4 of you.
That won't last long.
It won't. Oh shit. In any case, that was just a discussion, just chilling. But hope y'all enjoyed that. If y'all got comments, questions, yada yada yada, go ahead and throw it out there. It's been Sedrik Kennedy and Sidra Owens for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.